Come on, Ellen, we can finish this later.
You don't mind, do you, love?
No, I guess not.
Good. Now, you listen to the words, because they're really lovely.
Driscoll House.
Can I speak to Lindy, please?
Sure, I'll get her. Lindy? Lindy?
What?
Phone.
Is it him? I think so. I'm not going to talk to her.
You have to. She won't be a minute. Sorry to keep you waiting. She's washing her hair.
Get on this phone. I'm scared.
Of course you're scared, but you might hear something that'll help the police.
Like what?
I don't know. Just listen to everything he says.
No.
Here she is now.
Hello?
What took you so long?
I was in the shower.
You're all nice and clean, eh?
Yes.
How about I come around tonight and dirty you up a bit? I was going to come around last night, but you went out.
How do you know?
Well, I've been keeping an eye on you.
What do you say?
He's watching me. He's watching me all the time.
Well, that settles it. We're going to the cops. We're going to nail this bastard once and for all.
Well, he's obviously watching the house.
Wasn't there something we can do? I mean, haven't you got anything on him? Every time he rings up, Lindy nearly goes through the ceiling.
We've checked him out. It seems he's well known about the place as a troublemaker. He's been in a few pub brawls, threatening behaviour, that sort of thing.
Has he got a record?
He's a nuisance, nothing more. That's if we're talking about the same bloke.
If?
Until we get something on him, we can't be sure, can we? So let's go through it again. Now, are you sure he didn't mention anything to you about himself that would give us a lead? Did he mention where he worked, where he lived, anything?
Oh, come on, honey. Try and remember. It's really important.
Look, I told you I don't know anything about him. I only wear drinks. The pub I met him in.
What did you talk about?
I don't know, nothing. Now, look, I wouldn't remember anyway. I was so out of it.
Well, that leaves us with the pub.
How do you mean?
Well, our only chance of getting him is if Miss Delaney goes back to the pub and waits for him to show up.
No way. I'm not going near him.
It's the only way we can do it. You're the only one who can set him up.
No.
It's up to you. I can't force you to cooperate.
When do you want me to do it?
This afternoon. We'll get it over and done with as soon as possible.
Now, just a minute. What's she have to do?
Just go back to the pub. Wait for him to show up. We'll do the rest.
Now that she's changed her mind about Trevor Collins, what's going to happen to him? They're going to drop charges?
Yeah, they'll be dropped. This time we'll make sure we get the right bloke.
Ah, don't do that. You'll smudge your mascara.
Sorry, but it feels uncomfortable.
Yeah, well, now you know what we go through.
Yeah, but he's beginning to shape up, don't you reckon? Amazing what a bit of makeup will do for a girl.
Yeah, I wish they'd come up with something to cover these.
Cover them? What for? I reckon they're great. Spent me last $20 on this once, and next time when I got some dough, the guy's going to put a skull and crossbones on me bum.
You're out of your head. I wish I'd never even heard of them. All they've ever done is got me into strife.
Can't you get them removed with surgery, you know, skin grafts or something?
Yeah. And you end up looking worse than before you started. Yeah, it costs a fortune, too. It's going to take me the rest of my life to get rid of all of these.
Well, why don't you just leave them? I reckon they're all right.
Because some people hate them. And so do I.
Sorry to be a nuisance, but do you reckon somebody could tell me what all this is about?
Ah, the rule book. Haven't you ever seen one of them before?
Yeah, well, I'm not really good at reading, and I'm supposed to know it all by tomorrow.
I bet old Ferguson wasn't breaking a neck to help you either. Don't worry, love. We'll make sure you can rattle them off by tomorrow.
Thanks.
Look, don't feel too bad about it. You're not the only one in here who can't read.
You know, that's right. Maybe it's about time we got a teacher in this place. Make the most of the department's fit of generosity.
Yeah. May as well get what we can out of him. Why don't you put it to him, Helen?
Oh, hang on. Don't forget I'm getting out of here in a couple of days.
Yeah, I know that. But, see, they'll listen to you. And remember, we haven't got B anymore.
Thanks for the ride, officer.
Look us over there, that's all we need.
Come on, we better talk to her. Hello. I want you to know that we've been to the police station. They're dropping all the charges against Trevor.
I'm aware of that. The police telephoned me earlier.
Mrs. Collins, I know how you must feel, but now that it's over, don't you think we can try and forget it? I know we've caused you and Trevor a lot of trouble, and I'm really sorry for that. I mean, we're both sorry to have involved you. It's been a bad time for all of us.
Yes, it certainly has. It started from the very moment you moved into that house.
Now, look, I never meant to cause any trouble. I'll certainly do my best to see that it never happens again. I mean, what else can I say to you?
Miss Bryant, believe me, I appreciate your efforts. But in the meantime, I prefer that my son and I have no further contact with your house or any of its inmates. It's all very well to feel sorry after the event, but the fact remains that you're nothing but a lying little gutter snipe. And you don't belong in a decent neighborhood like this.
What was that all about?
Oh, nothing for you to worry about. I just let them know what I think of them, living next door to decent, honest people like us.
What makes you think you're so much better than them anyway? You're just a snob, Mum. You've had it in for them, just because they've been in prison.
Well, now I've heard everything. The thought of a son of mine sticking up for a bunch of criminals, they very nearly landed you in jail, Trevor. Those so-called friends of yours accused you of rape. Do you realise that?
What about my own mother? You believed it too, don't forget. And why shouldn't you? Why shouldn't anybody? Look at me, people treat me like some sort of freak. You think it's normal to be like I am at my age? Hell, I'm 19 and the only person I can talk to is my mother.
But you've always been shy. That's why I've had to spend so much time with you.
I know that, but things have changed. I'm not your little kid anymore. I've got to get out and learn how to stand on my own 2 feet. Not with you around all the time trying to tell me what to do. I've got to get out of here.
Well, how? How do you propose doing that? You haven't even got a job.
I'll get a job.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. You haven't the experience. You wouldn't even know how to apply for one.
Well, I'll never get the experience, so get out on my own.
Look, you have a perfectly good home here. Lots of people would happily swap places with you.
I can't make you understand, can I? I've got to get out and try it for myself.
Oh, Mrs. Morris.
Spring cleaning.
Oh, just arranging some of our new furnishings. What do you think? Pretty sexy, huh?
Well, certainly brightens things up.
Oh, you wouldn't want to look at some of these things for too long, especially with a hangover. Have you seen Lizzie's new matching bed cover and mat?
Yes, it's a bit much, isn't it? But there's going to be a much wider range to choose from soon, so perhaps you'll change your mind.
God, the department really has gone mad.
Well, I'd make the most of it whilst you can.
Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Are you in a rush?
No, not particularly. What is it?
Sit down. Well, some of the women were thinking that seeing as though the department is playing Santa, that they might as well get something worthwhile from it.
And what did they have in mind?
Well, for starters, a teacher for Diane and the others who can't read and write, and a doctor, and maybe even a chance to expand the work release program. You know, things that they can benefit by.
Well, that's very good. I was hoping they'd come up with something like that. Well, I'll put it to Mrs. Davidson.
Thanks, Mrs. Morris. I mean, you know, you don't get anything unless you ask for it, do you?
That's right. Well, I can't promise anything, but there's no harm in trying, is there?
Great.
Feel like a dance?
No, thanks.
I think we'll chuck it in. He's not going to show.
Yeah, well, things are starting to quiet down. It's worth a try, though, isn't it?